Hello. How's everybody doing? It's Jean. Welcome to the Conscious Creators group page. We're going to do a Facebook Live event tonight. We're going to have our Thursday night Conscious Creators Toolbox. And that is an opportunity to take a look at your creative powers, your creative skills, your abilities, and identify them. Take a close up look at them, name them, embrace them if you need to. But we basically gonna hone in on them, and we're gonna tighten them up, and we're gonna sharpen them a bit. It's a toolbox, and we're gonna take those tools out of that box and take a look at them. Tonight we're looking at tolerance. I'm gonna hang out a little bit, slow down a bit, and wait for company to get in. Kind of hold out, but welcome to Conscious Creators Toolbox. This is May 28th, coming to the end of the month. We're gonna be half done with 2020. Just getting used to the idea of 2020, getting into a new decade, our new decade. So welcome to the Conscious Creators Toolbox. This month we've been talking about tolerance, and we're taking a look at what it means, how it looks when we're wearing it, how it looks when we're not wearing it, when we're not being tolerant, we're being intolerant. We looked at that. We looked at what people were saying about about tolerance as well. We kind of looked at that as well, and tonight we're gonna get some suggestions as to how you can practice it. You know, you can take it forward and intentionally make an effort to, improve your ability and your measure of tolerance, because I think we all have a measure of it, but we want to increase that measure, strengthen that measure. So I'm going to give you a few tips on. A few ideas and some suggestions as to how you can go out to your community and out into your connections and your relationships, and just practice it, work on it a bit. So glad you're here. Welcome. I'm gonna stick around just a little bit longer and see who's gonna show up for me tonight. Who's coming in? Let's see. How's everybody doing with the quarantine? How we doing with COVID quarantine, the lockdown? How we doing? I know it's just about coming to an end. I think I don't have an end with any of the WHO people or the health people or the powers to be, but my spirit tells me it's coming to a close this time around. Now I hear rumbles underneath that this might be just a trial run maybe, or the first time out, but we might have another bout of some virus or some sort in the future. So don't get too comfortable. And I say, we shouldn't be comfortable anyway. We should always kind of be outside that comfortability zone and just be prepared. So be ready for any and everything. So welcome to the Conscious Creators Toolbox. Thursday night session, May 28th, the last session for this month. We're talking about tolerance. We're gonna go on and finish it up, wrap it up, make it nice and neat, and get it ready for putting it back in our toolbox, or taking it out of our toolbox and taking it on the road. So that's what we're gonna do tonight. So, what are you manifesting? What's been manifesting? What are you doing? What are you manifesting these days? I know being cooped up in the house, I know you've probably had some epiphanies and some grand ideas that's popped in your head, and oh wow, I never thought about doing that. That's a good idea. Let me try that. So what are you doing? What are you manifesting? What are you creating? I've had some calls and chats with some friends of mine, and they are, this opportunity. I mean, this COVID has created just unheard of opportunities for a lot of folk that I know. I know a friend of mine who has a bridal shop. She's from Jamaica, and she has a bridal shop here in metropolitan Atlanta. And she makes the most gorgeous gowns, and she alters the most gorgeous gowns for the brides-to-be. And the weddings have been postponed or canceled, because of the COVID. So, she's not making gowns, and she's not altering gowns, and she's not catering to to those brides right now. So, but you know what she did? She's been making custom-made designer face masks. She's been doing that. So she's been, she's manifesting. She's creating. Every time I talk to her, she's either on her way to the post office with a sitting off a shipment, or she's I don't know, running to the bank and making a deposit. I don't know, one or the other. So anyway, congratulations to her. But other folk are doing things too. In fact, my family, my kids, my girls, my daughter has a cleaning business, and she landed a contract with a company, one of the businesses in the area, and she's actually sanitizing. She's going in and sanitizing in the evening, office space, and that's kind of neat. She gets to wear these, like her little workers or employees get to wear these little hazard-looking outfits and jumpsuits and little netted hairs, gloves. They all dressed out. Shoes covered in, just the works, and they're going in and sanitizing the office space tonight before the workers get back in the morning. So that's what she's doing. And my youngest daughter, she's a homeschool mom. She is over there she created a Facebook page for homeschool moms. And she's been, they've got a little network going, and, who's going to, play groups, and who's got math homework done, and who's got the lesson plan for yesterday, and those kind of things she's done. But I think what's really interesting to me is that she's been encouraging her group to consider homeschooling as an alternative to public education, private education in the future. I guess they've been having so much fun with the kids that she's seeing that it may be an opportunity. So opportunity has been knocking on the doors with this COVID situation, and people are taking advantage of it. I went to the mailbox this afternoon, and actually, friend girl from Phoenix, she's very artistic. She's very crafty, and she's always making things. She makes the cutest little outfits. But she sent me the cutest face mask. She's even making face masks. I think it's pretty cute. I think it's. I haven't used face masks myself too much, and they look at me like. But anyway, I thought this one was cute, and it was real cute. Thank you, Roseanne. I appreciate it. Even got the little ponies on it because she knows I'm a horse lover, and I even like the way she named it. She titled it the Social Comfort Mask. She took out the word distance because she knew how distasteful it was to me. Social and distance is an oxymoron, in my opinion. They don't go together. You can't be social and distant at the same time. Well, most of us can't. Maybe some of us can, but most of us can't be social and distant at the same time. But you know how the powers to be, they always want to complicate. But her title, she named her mask Social Comfort Mask. So I think that's I like that. I like that much better than social distancing mask. Anyway, hope you're wearing your mask if you're out and about in a big crowd, and you're doing what following instructions. Keeping ourselves safe and keeping our family safe. Hope that's continuing to happen. Let me see. I want to see if I have any announcements to make before I get started. Yes, I do. I do have an announcement. I do have. Starting in June, I've been invited back to Interfaith Truth Center in Austell, Georgia, to continue to present, to facilitate the Conscious Creators Workshop there on Thursday nights. So what I'm going to be doing is letting everybody know that I will be there. You're welcome to come by if you're in the area. It's at 7 o'clock. We will be broadcasting the Facebook Live broadcast. We'll still broadcast it from there on Thursday night at 7. And again, next month, we're going to have a nice kind of a different take on the toolbox. We will be looking at some of the tools in the box, or some of our powers and abilities, but we're going to be looking at them in a different way. We're going to invite some of our light workers to come in, and spiritual. We have a spiritual guide. We're going to come in. We're going to have a yoga master. Yoga who does yoga, does yoga classes, yoga master. We're going to have a hypnotherapist, one or two maybe. We're going to have some light healers, Reiki masters are going to come in, some light healers, practitioners as well as some masters. So we're going to have them come in and talk to you about their craft, their practices, what they do, and the benefits and how you can benefit from it as well, and what it means to the community here in Metro Atlanta. So, stay tuned. I mean, if you can't come out, catch us on Facebook. We will be, like I said, we will be continuing to broadcast our Facebook Live from every Thursday night. We're going to continue doing that going forward, and we will upload those to our YouTube channel on, by Saturday morning. They should be there on the channel. So I can't tell you the lineup for next month. I can just give you an idea of who's coming, and as I said, I kind of laid that out for you already. A yoga master, a spiritual guide, and all of these people. If you have time and you want to tune in or catch the video or the video later, then you'll find out exactly who and what they're all about, and what their craft and what their business is about. What they do, why they do it. Their service. And it's not, I don't know, everything's a business, I guess, in a way, but it's their service, it's their call, and it's usually their call on their life. But all of them are I know all of them personally. They are very good friends of mine. And they are very, very diligent about what they do and how they do it. Very, very devoted to what they do, very determined about what they do. And they want to see the community in general, as a whole, benefit from it, educate and make people aware of the service, and not be so turned off by it or put off by it because it's a little bit outside the mainstream, if you would. And a lot of things are outside the mainstream. Heaven's sakes, come on, people. Things are outside the mainstream. So big stream is only big enough for so much. So there's got to be stuff that falls to the other side. So there we are. But do check us out. Do tune in on it, because you will find out some things that you didn't know before, and you'll find out a little bit more about what you thought you know or what you do know, because everybody, all of these people, all these gentlemen, these ladies and gentlemen, they have a love for what they do, and they do it well. They do it well. They do it with every bit of the connection to their higher power as any minister or whatever, anyone else. So they really love what they do. So I'm going to invite you to tune in for that. And again, remember, we will be broadcasting, so you can catch it here on Facebook Live on Thursday night, or if you are so inclined, you can join us at IT Interface Truth Center on Austell Road in Austell, Georgia, on Thursday, 7 p.m. United States of America, USA. Okay. I don't know. I think I see somebody from Barbados. Hi, Rosie. I think I see Rosie there. Is that Rosie? Oh, that's Pearl. Hi, Pearl. How you doing, girl? Hey, girl. I didn't call you back, but I owe you a phone call. But I text you. Okay. All righty. Let's see. What else is there? Announcements. Oh, Sunday. Do not forget. I jump out here on Sunday at 7 o'clock for 7 minutes at 7 p.m. on Sunday for a quick and easy and simple 7-minute life coach mini session. So you can get a quick little overview of maybe a session that I would have with one of my clients. I don't know what I'm going to talk about. I never know what I'm going to talk about until probably Sunday morning. I have an idea of what I would like to say, but I just wait for something else to come and let me know that that's what you should say. So, but it will be something pertaining to my coaching profession, my what I do for my enjoyment, for my joy, is coaching and helping, partnering with people to hold them accountable to get projects done and create and manifest in their lives, and that they're making their dreams come true, working some magic in their lives, right? That's what I like to do, help people do. I like to be a part of that. We are all co-creators, right? We're all co-creators. It takes one or two of us to create anything. We don't create alone. We're not out here, one man show and just create nothing. We need somebody to cooperate with us, to collaborate with us, to create. even the simplest things in our lives. We need a partner. We need a co-creator. And that's what we all are. And if nobody else, we're co-creating with the master himself, with creator himself, or creator, the universe, God, your most high, the great I am. That's our partner. If nobody else is our partner. And it takes two to create absolutely anything. Absolutely anything. So that's what I do. I kind of partner with folk and act like they're pseudo co-creator and watching them make their dreams come true. And it's a blessing for me. I am blessed that I am able to do that because and that keeps my energy level high, and it keeps me excited because I am surrounded by these wonderful clients who are so excited about life. Even sometimes they come in a little bit, they drag it in a little bit, and they're uncertain and they're unsure, but after that third or fourth session, they are, on top of the world is spinning like a top, and hey, vibrating like off the chain. I like vibrating. I like people that vibrate fast because you can't, fling all that junk off of you when it's vibrating, Those slow people kind of hold on to the garbage. But, when you're vibrating fast, can't nothing stick to you, baby. So if you're not vibrating fast, learn how to speed it up. Call me. I can help you. All righty. So I think that's all my announcements. Just remember to visit us on our YouTube channel. We're trying to build it up, and I apologize that we have been slow in getting other content there. I'm kind of short of a team right now. My team kind of disbanded a little bit with the COVID, so I'm kind of building it back up. And right now I'm limited, so we don't get a lot of things done that I would like to see done because we've got two or three projects going on at the same time, and stuff take priority, and that's kind of like on the bottom of the list right now, but. We do upload the videos, and we will start, getting around to getting some of the other content on there. Some of the calls that I make, some of the session calls that I make. I'll share some of my calls that are made with my coach. I'll share some of those. I'll share some of my messages that I do on Sundays. My public opportunities when I'm speaking. I'll put some of those on there if they're recorded. So there's going to be other things, and then we have some sessions with some of my friends, some of the spiritual guides or the practitioners that you will meet next month. We'll have some of that information on there too as well. So visit it, subscribe, please subscribe and like them, like the video, like it, view the video and like it. I think that has something to do with where you are in the, in hierarchy or whatever. So visit it. So anyway, tonight we're finishing up tolerance. We are finishing up tolerance. So let's see. What do we want? We're going to find out how we can take our tolerance on the road after tonight, and we can practice it. We can deliberately make some effort to become more tolerant. Increase our measure of tolerance. All right. I have time for, I don't know if I have time for all of them. Let's see what time we have right now. Yeah, I probably have time. I may have time for 5 or 6 of them. I'm going to run through them and kind of elaborate on them a little bit. So I'm hoping I'll get through them. I'll probably get through them. Anyway, the first thing that you can do as in preparing or practicing tolerance is basically educate yourself. Educate yourself more deeply about other people. Okay, get to know them, and I think there was a quote about education and tolerance that I'm going to have to post on. I'm going to list these, by the way. I'm going to post them on the Facebook page, on the group page, later. Within the next few days, I want to list them, and I will put that quote on there too, because it's something about education and how we miss the mark in our country, in the United States, because of not really paying attention to tolerance as part of our curriculum. And so I'll put that quote on there, and you can kind of think about it, meditate on it. But educate yourself about people that are not like you, the other person, the neighbor that migrated here from another country, or the mixed couple, the the mismarried couple that lives across the street. Just people that are different from you, from another country, that speak different languages, go to different churches or go to different places to eat. Eat different foods, speak different, whatever. So educate yourself on people that are not like you, basically, and you'll find out, and be really, and you can do that easily. You can do it, somebody from, I have a friend, a neighbor from Virgin Islands, okay? She's from Virgin Islands. She's been here for 8 or 9 years. I could go on the internet and I could, research the country, find out, what are they all about, and then it'll give me an opportunity to educate myself. So when next time I see her, I'll have something I could talk about. I could ask her about. I could quiz her about. I could have her explain, what is, plantains. What is that? It looks like a banana, but what's, just kind of explain some things for us. So educate yourself about other people, the people that are different from yourself. That's a way to practice tolerance and to be prepared to become more tolerant as well. The second thing I want to emphasize I want to share with you is try to be empathetic, empathize with others that are, in other words, try to see their perspective. Look at what the situation, or look at life, or look at the connection or the relationship through their perspective. I know how I see it, and you know how you see it, but look at it from their perspective. And for instance, if you're talking to a teenager about rap music, sometimes you hear this rap music and you go, oh my God, like, what are they saying? Did I hear that right? Well, and you wonder, why are you listening to that? Why are you listening to that? And you're talking to them, teenagers now, and of course they're looking at you like, like you're this square box, with this square-headed person. So they don't get you and you don't get them, and you don't get their music, and they don't get your music. They don't understand. So try to remember when you were a teenager, if you're past that age, and see it from their perspective, and encourage them to say, just look at it from this old lady's perspective. That was a profanity word. And when I was your age and I said something like that, my mom would wash my mouth out with soap. Well, you just kind of share with them, but try to see. Empathy means to try seeing from the other person's perspective. So when you're talking with someone, and especially when it's something that is contradictory of what you've always thought and always felt and always believed, trying to see it in a different perspective will not only help the relationship and the connection and the conversation, but will also give you an opportunity to educate yourself and become more aware. And being open, you really must be open in order for any of this to happen, and you have to just be comfortable with that openness, not be guarded and not like, I'm really going to do this, but I'm not really going to like it. No, you're going to like it. You're going to open yourself up, and you're going to take it in, and you're going to like it. You're going to enjoy it. It's going to satisfy that bit of curiosity, or I needed to know this and I never had time. So, she's going to help me understand this. So empathize with the other person is another way to practice tolerance and to increase your level of tolerance. Number 3 is to ask for explanations. When you're talking to a person, and especially if you don't understand something, or if it just seems so odd to you, ask. Just quiz them, ask them, why do you do that? Why do you practice that? I mean, what did that belief originate from? Is that, is that something that's, passed down from your family, or is that something that your country and your country does? Is that what they do? Ask for explanation. And in that, when you do that, you're opening up you're opening up a whole avenue for yourself, because what you're doing is you are asking a question and of someone different than you, or outside of yourself, and that gives them an opportunity to brag a little bit. to really, talk about something that they really know about and that they're really passionate about and they really love and care about, and they're sharing it with you. And your curiosity has opened that door, and they're going to be appreciative to you. They're going to really remember that you were thoughtful enough or inquisitive enough to even ask them to explain something. And be, just kind of be cautious. Sometimes you're like, well, don't do it with an attitude. Do it with sincere curiosity, sincerely wanting to understand. Not, why do you have a star on the flag? I don't understand why you have that big star on the flag. What does star mean? Be gentle. Be gentle. Okay. So that's number 3. Number 4, ignore your differences. Now, this is kind of I'm going to twist this around later, but basically what they're saying here is don't let the differences be an issue. The differences between the two of you, or whoever you're communicating with or you're connecting with at the time, or you're trying to relate to. Do not allow hi Muhammad, do not allow the differences to be an issue. Just don't, in fact, be excited. Me, I love when you're different. I love to talk to people when they're different. It's like, I get to be nosy, I get to ask questions, and I do it, and I sincerely am nosy. I'm nosy. I just want to know. And sometimes I kind of have to catch myself because I don't know, maybe I shouldn't ask that. But then usually they laugh at me and they say, yeah, nobody ever asked me that before. But yeah, and then they start laughing and, give me the answer, right? But, and I bet people can tell when you're genuine. People can tell when you're genuine and you're being serious. So, but ignore the fact that you are two different, I don't do that. I never do that. I don't even believe in that. That's just ridiculous. Just don't even go there. Don't even go there. Embrace the difference. Be excited about the difference. Because what you're going to do is you're going to have an opportunity to learn something that you didn't know before. And I love learning, and you should love learning too. My grandma said that you should never let a day go, never let the sun go down and you go to bed without learning something that you didn't know yesterday. So you get this opportunity, you get this person that's totally different from you. Hey, you get to ask. It's an open book. Open book. Come on, ask them something. Be excited that they're different, because if they're like you got all the answers. You don't have not much to talk about, maybe gossip about, but you don't have much to learn. So differences gives you an opportunity to learn something. So take that opportunity. So don't mind the differences. Don't let it be an issue. Do not let it. Celebrate it. That's what I like. Celebrate the difference. And I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be done with that because I want to hit all of them. Sometimes, when we look at the differences or we pay attention to the differences and they matter, what we're finding is that it makes us fearful. It feels like a threat to us. The differences are a threat to us. So ignore them as having any underlying motive other than the fact that we're just you and me and I'm you. We're just different. We're just different. And understand that obviously Creator, universe, God, the power to be, Father, Mother, God, had a reason that we were all different. Otherwise, we would all be the same. But there is a reason, and it behooves us to examine, find out that reason, and celebrate the reason, and get with the program, because it just is. We're going to be different. We just got this great, diverse fabric of the world, of the universe, and it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. It would be dull if it was just one color, right? It would be dull if it was just one shade. It would be dull if it was just one texture. It would be dull if, you got chocolate, vanilla, strawberry. It would be dull if it was just chocolate all the time. Come on, want the vanilla? Give me some strawberry. Give me pineapple in it. Mix it up. I love difference. Choices. So celebrate them. Ignore the differences. Celebrate them. Embrace them. Love it. Take advantage of it. Number 5, when you are discussing, when you're talking to an other, and that person has different views or different opinions, different beliefs than you are, and you guys are in a discussion or possibly a debate, practice using or starting a statement off with I statements rather than you statements. And I don't know. I think that it makes sense to me, and I don't want to, get too deep into, the reasons why. But it's a gentle way to say it. I think that when you start a sentence off with you, of course the person's gonna go to the defense immediately. So maybe when you're saying I, you're actually presenting yourself. You're presenting yourself, rather than having, jumping at them and having them, immediately put up some kind of shield. So start your statements off with I think, I feel, I wondered, I felt, just use the statement I, rather than, you did this yesterday, and, and it really made me. Don't start it that way. Yesterday, I was upset yesterday, or it bothered me. Yes, it bothered me yesterday when you did such and such, or when this happened. Use I statements rather than use statements when you are especially discussing opposite or opposing opinions or views or beliefs. Okay, please, that's a way to practice. Practice that. Use I. Number 6, address conflicts. Address conflict. Let's see. On this one, what I'm thinking, what I'm taking from this, and I'm going to give you what I'm taking from. What I'm taking from this is do not allow conflicts. Don't leave a connection or a situation without addressing the conflict. Don't ignore it or push it under the rug or pretend it's not there, or I'll just deal with it another day. No, because what happens is it builds up, and it's a bigger conflict than it was initially. So when you have a conflict, address it, but address it always with the intention of resolving it. You're not addressing it to beat the other person up, but you're addressing it to bring it to the forefront, to be resolved. And understand this. Write this down, put it on your hand. Agreeing to not agree is also a resolution at times. Okay? So sometimes when you know that you're not ever going to come, eye to eye on something, and we're not going to even that, there's not going to be even Steven on it, just agree to disagree. And that is a resolution as well. So that's your trump in that trump card resolution in those events when it's just a tie, and you got your thing and they got theirs, and nobody's going to move. Okay, so I agree to disagree. All right, and we're going to love each other after that. We're not going to leave all angry and ready to fight. All right. The next one, I think this is almost the last one. The next one I said is to develop a tolerant outlook. What in the world is a tolerant outlook? It's a smile on your face. A tolerant outlook is when you actually value the differences that you have, or that's there, in the connection and the relationship. And there is a value to difference. There is definitely a value to difference. My kids had the opportunity to go to both private and public schools, and by far they had a much better educational experience in public education because of the diverse population, diverse demographics in the community, in the school. They had, they had in the school, the high school that my daughter graduated from recently, there was 18 different nationalities within the school, just within the school itself, and that in itself did wonders, because she had an opportunity to meet all of these 18 people from 18 countries and backgrounds and ethnic groups, and she learned so much about their holidays and the things that they believed in, or the foods that they ate, different clothes that they wear, the traditions. She would benefited from that much more than she did when she was at the private school, when there was just maybe 2 or 3 demographics there, and we all knew who they were, so and we all knew each other, so there was no variety in her learning, her educational experience, her learning experience. So that's a value. That is a premium value, because I guarantee you, she probably has. My daughter, my youngest daughter, probably have. She can probably use certain words from all of those different countries that I would not have a clue what she was talking about, right? And that's something. That's saying something. She would be comfortable if she had to possibly visit those countries or had an opportunity to, intermingle or associate or befriend people from those countries. So value the difference, and that is definitely a way to develop your tolerance, develop your ability to be more tolerant, your skill to be more tolerant. Diversity again is that was God's choice. That was Creator's choice to create such a variety and a diverse human, the earth. Here we are, this world with all this diversity. We look different, we talk different, we walk different, we eat different, we smell different, we smile, we think differently, we have different perspectives. But we can share them, and we all ultimately have the thing that is in common to all of us is love. The love. We all want love. We all pursue the same degree. We all pursue happiness. We all want freedom. We all want and preserve and seek freedom. All the things that are common to us is across the board, all in any diversity, any difference. You're going to find those same characteristics, those same beliefs, those same, I call them creative abilities, creative love, joy, all of those are the same. The love for each other, the love for your children, the love for your country, the love for what you do, your passions, all of that, we all have that in common, no matter what language we speak or don't speak or understand or don't understand, we have that in common. So understanding that and celebrating that and being excited about that and wondering about why and how and how even in all the differences that we still have an underlying basic human connectedness, and that makes us one. That will always make us one. That was my last one, I think. Oh, here's one more. This was good. This was good. Accept uncertainty. Always, 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 always accept uncertainty. And that will make you ready for any. Nothing shocks you, or nothing. Oh my God, just know that there is absolutely nothing much that's certain, but life and death. You're living and you're gonna go. Everything else it's gonna happen when it happens, when it's supposed to happen because of destiny, or when you choose to make it happen or not to happen. But understand and just be comfortable knowing that nothing is uncertain. Don't be attached. I guess this is what I tell my clients. Don't be so attached to the outcome or the result so much. Know that it is going to be a result. It's going to be an outcome, but don't be so attached to a particular one. And that leaves you that leaves you open to be more accepting of the uncertainty and the surprises. And life should be full of surprises. I love surprises. Don't y'all love surprises? I like to blow surprises too, when I get a chance, but everybody loves a surprise. So live your life in wonder. And wonder is nothing is certain. And whatever happens, I know it happened for my good. Or it's going to turn out for my good, even though it might not look like it today. It might make me want to cry today, but ultimately I'm going to look back at it and say, oh, that's why that happened, because now I'm cool. So just know that. So that's the last one I am going to give you, is to just accept uncertainty. And that will help you be more tolerant as well. And it will help you be tolerant with yourself too. It'll start with the tolerance of yourself, and not being so hard on yourself and so demanding and so unaccepting. When you do something, when you think you've done something wrong, no, you didn't do something wrong. You just got the result that you didn't want. That doesn't mean that it was wrong. It was just you didn't want it at that time, and you just do it. Flip your script a bit, tweak it a little bit, do it a little different, and get a different result. and see how that goes. And you might like that one and you might not. Never know. Because nothing's uncertain. Nothing is for sure. Everything is uncertain. Okay. That is all that I have. Review. Oh, yeah, here's go. Review and monitor your intolerant feelings and thoughts. This was mine. I just kind of thought, this is one that after I read all these, I says, periodically we need to take check. We need to go back and double check and see where am I on the scale to 1 to 10 on being tolerant of, what am I thinking here? Am I, I just talked to this person and, I want to go back and evaluate the conversation and how did I, on a scale to 1 to 10, how did I do? Did I come across as being a tolerant person, or did I make her raise her eyebrows or his eyebrows and back up a little bit and say, woo, that. And then and evaluate the person too. How did they do? Were they receptive of me? Were they acceptive of what I said? Did they give me an opportunity to speak, and did they hear me out? Were they, did they respect me? Was I, just kind of monitor yourself. So do self-checks on do some self-checks and self-monitors daily. Because absolutely in every situation that we encounter, if there's another person involved, there's an opportunity to practice tolerance in some way or another. And you can maybe put one of these 7 suggestions to work for you. It's always an opportunity to learn. You can always opportunity to educate yourself. There's always an opportunity to recognize the difference, but being able to put them aside and to embrace them, and to, if there's a conflict or difference in opinion, there's an opportunity to resolve that conflict or to agree to disagree. So monitor yourself and take a check. This is all I'm going to talk about this month on. This is my last session on tolerance, and I hope that you did get an opportunity to catch some of the others. I know we talked about some before. We talked about some quotes that some famous people shared with us. Hopefully, if you get a chance, go back and take a look at some of the. Go back to YouTube. Check YouTube and check the other sessions if you missed them, or if you want to review them, because I think there was a lot of good information there. I did get some feedback from folk that had some questions to ask and then wanted to add some things. And I said that next time I do a session on tolerance, I would incorporate some of their suggestions, because I got quite a few suggestions in regards to tolerance. I didn't realize that tolerance was. It's kind of a curiosity for people, because they think that, I thought I was tolerant until I really started thinking about and listening and hearing you out. Then I realized that I had work. There's always plenty work to do on tolerance and loving. You can't overlove. You can't love too much. You can't overdo tolerance either. So any of those abilities, those creative abilities that we have, that I call creative abilities, and hopefully you'll understand where I'm coming from when I say that, it's because they cause us to create a quality life, and in order to have a quality life, we have to manifest it. It don't just happen. We don't just wake up one day and all this hate and anger and all the mishaps and things don't just disappear. We have to make an effort to manifest them away, manifest something to replace it. And that's love, and that's with tolerance, and that's with peace, and that's with joy, and that's with acceptance and understanding. And that comes through education. I think that all of our feelings are a symptom of either love or of fear. So we look at those creative powers. And honestly, fear is a creative power. Believe me, it's a creative power. It's not one that we want to build on. We want to, diminish it a little bit. But it is a power that creates situations. And the symptoms of fear, it's many. The symptoms of love is many too. And we know that love itself conquers and overpowers even the darkest feeling. So, fear is no competition for love. So we build our love, and we can't love too much. So we can't tolerate enough. We can't over tolerate anybody. We can't be more overjoyous. Be every symptom that love gives you, or that you find yourself contagious with or caught by. be caught by any of those symptoms of love. And take a pill if you take a pill when fear comes along, okay? Because you definitely don't want any of those symptoms, okay? It's called COVID-19. It's called AIDS. It's called cancer. It's called death and murder. It's what they are. All those dark things. So we don't want that. So love, 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 and love some more, and watch love overpower and overtake fear and hate and all those symptoms that fear generates. Watch it overtake it. Overtake it. I am done for tonight. I am done, and I think I may have some time to spare, but I'm still gonna, I've got 15 minutes. I'm still gonna call it a night. Usually my sessions are about 45 minutes, because my talking part is usually 45 minutes, and then the rest of the session is usually some feedback. I'm kind of excited. Next week I'll have an audience. I do have a little audience tonight. My grandkids are here. They're being so quiet, don't you think? I love it. They're playing their games, their video games. But I'm excited that next month, we'll be back to I'll have some faces in front of me, and I won't just be looking at myself in the camera. So I'm looking forward to next week and stretching the session out. It's an hour and a half session. Next week, it's from 7 to 8:30. The sessions are So the sessions will go a little bit longer next week too. I don't know if I'm thinking that we'll record the whole thing, but I'm not positive how they want to do that. We'll see. That's all I have. I appreciate you being here with me. Please check the YouTube videos. Subscribe. Please subscribe so I can stay on. They drop people if they don't show whatever progress. And I got to get busy so we can build up. But visit us and subscribe and like us too. Thanks a lot, and enjoy the rest of the week. Have a great weekend. Congratulations to all the graduates. I want to say that again for those that I missed last week and the week before. Congratulations to all the graduates and the parents of those graduates. You guys did it. You made it. Yay, 2020. This will be a year to remember. Congratulations, and I will see you all Sunday, and if not Sunday, hopefully next Thursday. God bless you, and manifest, manifest, manifest. See you next time.